What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we are jumping into Superman issue number 13, House of Brainiac Part 2. Now, in the last issue, what we saw is Superman's whole family pretty much getting kidnapped by Brainiac. Lex Luthor, his daughter, also kidnapped. It appears that Brainiac has some kind of bigger plan at play, and he is doing this with the help of his multiversal counterparts. He, of course, being Brainiac Prime. And so with Brainiac using a Caesarian army to help this attack and be the distraction to kidnap the Super family, Superman is now looking for Lobo, because if anybody knows what might be going on, he assumes it's gotta be Lobo. That Lobo must be working with Brainiac. And so now Lobo is about to feel the wrath of the last son of Krypton. Make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we pick up at Warriors Bar in Coast City. Lo and behold, the main man is here. Which is quite funny because if you've been keeping up with the Green Lantern series, you'll know that Guy Garner, which is a tie-in to the House of Brainiac, is out there searching for Lobo on behalf of the United Planets. Little did he know, in the quarantine section of 2814, quarantined by the United Planets, this is where Lobo is. And the main man is causing all kinds of mayhem. He is tearing this bar apart. But he got stuck here after Graft and Pharma stole his motorcycle. And now learning that the United Planets had quarantined the planet, he can't even leave here if he wants to. So he's gonna cause some trouble. He's gonna stir up a ruckus. This is when he hears a very commanding voice from across the room. We have the arrival of Superman. He is letting Lobo know that they need to talk. And we know Lobo. He's always looking for a good fight, and it's been a while since he's had a real good drag-out brawl with someone. So of course, he taunts the Boy Scout, saying that this is gonna be fun. Superman uses his heat vision, and he puts down Lobo instantly, laughing it off, telling Superman that you finally learned to fight dirty. This is when Superman grabs him and slams him into the ground, asking what has gotten into Superman. Superman is asking where is Brainiac. Lobo trying to figure out why Superman would even think that they would be working together. This is what takes us aboard Brainiac's ship. We have Livewire that is getting electrocuted. Brainiac finding it quite fascinating that her powers come from an accident, but they are very similar to a species that he has observed, referred to as the lightning beasts. Parasite, another great thing to add to his collection, something that absorbs power, almost like an endless battery, forever hungry. And of course, Kara over there yelling her head off, really trying to figure out what Brainiac is up to. What is the point behind all of this? He says that after all of his travels, he's obtained the knowledge of everything. All secrets have been unlocked for across all time, space, and the multiverse. But there is still something that is missing. He has studied the patterns and the data and has only come to one conclusion. This is when there's an electrical surge through him, and it's like he starts to cough up blood, barely getting out the words, "Create something new," as the other Brainiacs come into the room and tell them to come with us. He is taken to his cooling chamber. Now, the Super family sees all of this, and they know that there is something much bigger going on at play, with Mercy talking to Lex. Lex had said that there was something that he had seen, something that scared him. She wants to know what Brainiac was talking about, and is that why he really created Supercorps? Taking us over to Superman. He is filling in Lobo on everything that has been going on. Lobo recognizing that his people aren't clones. These aren't pretenders to the throne. They're not like Crush. These guys are the real deal. In fact, he knows General Chakal. He's the OG main man. Lobo's only heard stories about this guy, legends about him. His gang was massive. What these guys were referred to is essentially the Bad Blood. The story is they took over a whole city, but then they just disappeared one day. He always thought it was stories to scare children, but it appears those stories were real, and that city disappeared because of Brainiac. And so now Lobo's in. He's down with tracking down his long-lost people. Add on top of the fact that the United Planets still has a quarantine around the planet, but some of the scientists think that they figured out a way to get through. That if he has a small enough vehicle with cloaking technology, they should be able to get past them. The kind of vehicle that it's gonna be is much like Lobo's. This is where we see the main man and Superman riding their space hogs right past the security, right past the quarantine. Now, while the two of them make their way through space, they do have a conversation. Really, it's Lobo telling Superman that I've never seen you like this. Like, I've seen you mad before. Heck, me and you have been in it time and time again, but the look on your face, the look in your eyes, Lobo can see the hatred boiling up. He can see how furious Superman is. And surprisingly, Lobo's the one to sit here and be like, you gotta let those feelings out, that you gotta deal with that anger. Lobo knows better than anybody that if you keep all that bottled up, you're gonna blow up. And he also kind of reminisces on the idea that they were the last sons of their worlds. And now look at them, both of them having a kid, having families. This is when the two of them are attacked. The general and his posse have come in, and it is now time for a family reunion. While Superman tries to let him know to hold, Lobo's excited because it's not every day you get to meet your idol. And if you want to be the main man, you gotta beat the main man. As that brawl gets underway, we pick up with Brainiac. He is coming out of the cooling pool. Brainiac, of course, being informed of the conflict that is currently ongoing, hoping that he can add Lobo to his collection, saying that they're gonna need all of his people that they can get, that he needs all the resources at his disposal. They are trying to harvest power. This is where he has a conversation with Lex. Lex being freed from captivity. Brainiac says that they've had a long history, enough to entertain Lex Luthor's little plea deal. Lex is pretty much saying, I did see something, an idea that was like a virus waiting to strike. It was proof that too much knowledge could be dangerous, but he also knows what's gonna happen to Brainiac now, and Brainiac needs his help. Brainiac says, why would I need your help when I have your daughter? Saying that it was wise to hide her away. Her time in the future with Brainiac made her mind unique in all the universe. Lex's deal is that you leave her alone. Leave her out of this, and I can give you Superman. As we pick up with Banshee screaming, trying to get out. Silver Banshee unable to do so. We have Connor that is trying to tap into his abilities. The chain told him that he had untapped potential. He's trying to use those powers to break them out. But Kara's got another plan. The root of Brainiac technology are from the Cool, and once upon a time, she was close to a Brainiac. He showed her a few tricks. Messing with the system, we see them broken out of captivity, but now they find themselves shrunken down in a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids situation. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. House of Brainiac is definitely kicking off to be one heck of an event. I am thoroughly excited to see all of this play out. By all appearances, it looks like Brainiac is dying. It looks like he's dying in all the multiverses. He cannot find a way to cure himself. He cannot find a way to stop this from happening. Or maybe he has found a way, but the amount of energy that he has to amass is so out of this world. That's why he's kidnapping all the Kryptonians, all the Caesarians, individuals like Parasite, individuals like Livewire. These are all individuals with tremendous amounts of energy. And so whatever Brainiac is planning is on a power scale far surpassing anything or everything we have ever seen. One of the awesome things about this comic was the fight between Lobo and Superman. Now, you can really see this or perceive it two ways. You can see it as Lobo being depowered for the sake of the comic, or that the writers are depowering him, not writing him to his full potential. Or you could see it as Lobo recognizing that Superman didn't come to play. Now, Lobo went into that fight like, yeah, man, let's do this brawl, let's throw some punches. Superman came into that fight like this isn't a time for jokes and just messing around. This is a time that I need you to be real. Another way you could take it is that Superman, all the fights that he has had with Lobo, he's been pulling his punches. But in this instant, his whole family kidnapped, Brainiac out there believing that Lobo has something to do with it. Again, Superman coming in, letting him know he ain't playing around. Now, Lobo could have gotten up off the ground and he could have gone blow for blow with Superman. It really seems like Lobo just recognized the severity of the situation and the mood that Superman was in, recognizing that it wasn't necessarily a time for fun and antics, and at least willing to hear Superman out and hear what he has to say. I would say more than anything, it's kind of character growth for Lobo. It's not all about throwing punches and having a brawl, but recognizing that their long relationship together with him and Superman, whether that be bad, fighting against one another, or somewhere in between, he recognized the situation didn't necessarily call for them brawling with one another, but trying to figure out why he came at him like this in the first place. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything that is going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.